Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a get ready with me for Ganpati. So this is the look I created for my first day of Ganpati. So I call this look my brown catty smoky eye and I'm absolutely in love with it for Indian, and I also show you guys how to style it in two different ways. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So I'm gonna start off with some skincare. I'm using the Dot & Key Vitamin C concentrate here. I really love this product for every day. Now I'm going in with the Dot & Key Green Screen Skin Detox Smoothie SPF 20. Now as you can see, I went a little bit ham with this product, but that's because my skin is really dry and I really need that extra TLC before I begin putting on all these products onto my skin. Okay, so sunscreen. Now I'm using the Revela sunscreen. This is a very nice and light sunscreen, and since I was going out in the day, I could not miss this step. So now I'm going in with the NYX Born to Glow. This is a liquid illuminator and it is an absolutely beautiful product. It gives your skin that dewy, glowy finish. So now for primer, I'm using the Clarins Insta Smooth Silicone Primer. It's a really good product. I really like it. I use it around my nose and wherever I have extra pores. So this is the Nykaa Skin Genius Concealer Palette. I'm using the color correcting shade and I'm dotting it anywhere I have that extra pigmentation and darkness on my face. Don't get too carried away with this orange corrector. Make sure you're using just a tiny bit because it can be sometimes visible from underneath your foundation and concealer. I'm also taking a beauty blender and I'm blending that out as well as possible. Now with the same palette, I'm using the concealer shade and I am going to put that everywhere that I color corrected. So this is going to instantly cover up any darkness that we have before foundation, so you don't have to do the extra steps. Now I'm taking my beauty blender and just blending that out. Now I'm going in with the L'Oreal Infallible foundation. I love this stuff. I can't stop using it. It's really good. I'm using a beauty blender to dab it all over my face and I'm doing a fairly thin layer. We don't need that much coverage since we already color corrected and stuff. So this is the Infallible concealer. I just picked this up and I am loving this concealer. It's actually a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape and I think this does such a good job of concealing your under eyes. I absolutely love it for even highlighting my face and stuff. As you can see, there's a major difference. So I'm just taking my beauty blender and using pressing motions to dab it into my skin rather than like swiping motions, because that's just going to move the product around. So going back to the Nykaa palette, I'm using the concealing shade from this and I'm covering up any darkness around my mouth. Now I'm taking the darkest contour shade and I'm doing a bit of a cream contour here. I love doing this. I feel like it just ties in the whole look together, gives your face a lot of dimension. So as you can see, I'm putting it on the side of my cheeks, underneath my jaw and a little bit on my forehead as well. Once you're done with that, you're going to take the butt of your beauty blender and I'm going to start dabbing the product into my skin. Again, you're not moving the product around a lot. You're focusing it on that very area and you're dabbing it so it's nice and blended. Don't forget to get your jaw as well. It's very embarrassing to forget to blend out your jawline contour, so don't forget to do that. Now I'm going in with the Fit Me Press Powder in the shade 220 Natural Beige. I like using this to set my under eye before I go in with any translucent powder or any baking. I find that it really helps with the creasing, and I also like to use this on my smile lines to avoid creasing there as well. Now I'm going in with the Max Factor Cream Puff Translucent Powder. This is a really good powder. I really like it. It actually gives you a nice glowy finish and adds a bit of radiance to the skin as well. So I go ahead and use this all over my face. For bronzer, I'm going in with the Chanel Soleil de Tan and this is a really good bronzer. As you can see, I broke mine and I now have to put my finger in and like put it on my face and then I blend it out with my brush. I did feel like I needed some more color on my face, so I took the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Medium Dark and I'm putting that all over the perimeters of my face, on my jawline, on my neck, etc. And the right way to do bronzer is to go in a 3 shape on the side of your face. So that's what I'm doing here. Okay, time for brows. I'm using the London Pride eyebrow angular brush. I just purchased this from Nykaa and I'm using the PAC eyebrow palette. Mine is destroyed, but I love it. I can't get rid of it. It does the job so well. So I've taken this dark brown shade from the palette and I am just going over the borders of my eyebrows, trying to fill in any sparse areas or bald spots that I may have. Now here I'm chopping off this stray brow hair that I found. I hate that, so I just had to cut it off. Oh my god, you guys, I got the James Charles mini palette and this is the best thing I have ever gotten in my life. I'm so obsessed with all the shades. I'm taking the highlighting shade and I'm putting it on the bridge of my nose. Now I'm going in with the Bobbi Brown highlighter in Apricot. This is the shimmer brick actually. I'm putting this on my cheekbones. Now I'm taking the Dolly Mix blush by MAC. It's a very pretty color for anybody who is looking out for a nice pink blush. I really like this one. So there are actually two ways of applying blush, but I like to generally do it on the center, like the apple of my cheeks. It gives you a more young and youthful look, although here I'm putting it more higher up on my cheekbones, and that really helps with slimming your face and making it look skinny. Now I'm using this warm brown shade from the same palette and I'm gonna use this as a base shadow for my entire lid. I'm trying to create a V shape on the outer corner of my eye, so I'm pretty much using this shadow as a transition shade. Now using my finger, I'm going to dip into this beautiful gold shade from the same palette and I'm going to pat it onto just my lid area, and I find that using your finger as opposed to a brush is so much easier to get like the perfect amount of pigment. I'm going over this a couple of times until I have the perfect amount of gold. Now going back in with that light brown shade from the same palette, I'm taking a smaller brush and I'm going to really emphasize that V shape that we're trying to create on the outer corner of our eyes. Now I'm dipping my fingers into that really bronzy shade right next to the gold and I'm going to put that on the outer edge. Now I'm taking a fluffy brush and just blending that all out. Now using a darker brown shade to create some depth, I'm just going to take that and I'm going to focus it on the outer V of my eye, and this is really going to give that smoky depth effect that we're looking for. And you really want to take your time out to blend this out nicely and make sure there are no harsh lines visible as I'm doing here. And after that I go in with a big fluffy brush and I'm just blending everything out further so there's no harsh lines at all. So now I'm going back in with that gold shade that we used in the beginning because I think that gold kind of got lost with all the brown. So I'm just taking that and patting it right back onto where it was meant to be. Now I'm taking this very beautiful highlight shade and I'm gonna pop this on my inner corners. So this step actually really opens up your eyes and makes you look wide awake and beautiful. Now I'm taking this super matte shade and I'm gonna pop it on my brow bone. Now this step really helps separate your brow bone from the rest of your eyeshadow. A lot of people don't have that much space between their eyelid and their brow bone, so this will really help create that difference. So now I'm taking that highlight shade again and I'm popping it on top of the matte shade so we can have some more dimension to the brow bone. Okay, so I'm going back in for the last time with that brown shade and I'm gonna pop it on my lower lash line. This is just gonna help tie the entire look together, make everything look seamless and beautiful. Now I'm taking this Shimbar Kajal in the shade dark brown and I didn't want to use black because I thought that would be too intense. So I'm just gonna pop this into my upper and lower lash line. So instead of using liquid liner, I'm gonna use this dark brown shade with this angular brush from London Pride. I'm drawing the thinnest wing on my outer corner and I'm just gonna extend that as much as I want, and then I'm connecting it to the rest of my eye, but I'm gonna make sure that I don't make this wing too thick because I want it to be nice and delicate. As you can see here, I'm very carefully lining the rest of my eye. I'm trying to be as close to my natural lash line as possible, just trying to emphasize it a little bit more. Quickly gonna do the same thing on the other side. So you guys, this step is life changing. I'm taking the concealer and I'm just popping it underneath my wing and I'm just gonna blend that out with my finger, and this really helps give your cheekbones like this lift, and it also makes your eyeshadow look a lot more neat. I'm going back in with my pencil brush and whatever color I had on it, and I'm just gonna use that to blend out my lower lash line. So as you can see here, I'm using my finger to blend this concealer out because I need the warmth of my finger to kind of melt the product into my skin, since we've already used powders and stuff. I know you're not supposed to put on concealer after you're done powdering your face, but in this case I don't mind doing it because it literally makes such a big difference to the entire look. Now I'm taking the same MAC powder and I'm just gonna put that where I put the concealer to like blend everything in. Taking the Max Factor False Lash Effect Mascara. First of all, this mascara is so freaking amazing. It literally makes your lashes huge, and it's also a brown mascara. It's not like a black mascara. I'm going all over my lashes obviously, and I'm coating them. I take my fair share of time when I do mascara. I like to like make my lashes look nice, so that's what I'm trying to do out here. I really go ham with this mascara, you guys. I put on like literally 10 to 12 coats, and that's what I recommend you do if you don't want to wear false lashes and if you want your lashes to look nice and full. So now for lip liner, you guys, I'm going in with the Wet n Wild lip liner in the shade Chestnut. This is one of my favorite brown lip liners ever. So I like to overline my lips with this lip liner, and then I like to use a lighter lipstick inside to give it the appearance of a fuller lip. For lipstick, I'm going in with the NYX Lip Lingerie in the shade Seduction. I love this lipstick. It's one of my favorite lipsticks ever. It dries down super matte. It's a liquid lipstick obviously, and I love it. Okay, you guys, so now for hair, you can see here that I'm deciding what I really want to do. So I tried to keep my hair open. So I'm going to show you guys two looks in this video. I'm going in with the L'Oreal Mythic Oil. I love this product as a serum. So my hair really needs that extra TLC. So I love going in with a product like this. I recommend you guys use any kind of serum that is available to y'all before stepping out. It makes a really big difference to the way your hair falls and looks. So now it's time to accessorize, you guys. For this open hair look, I'm contemplating between this big pair of earrings and this fairly more light pair. I really like this. It's actually from Colaba and it was super affordable, whereas the other one is a little bit more expensive. I think I'm gonna go with the lighter pair for the open hair look with the green beads. So that is look number one. I am so obsessed with it. I think it's so nice and simple, perfect for a lockdown Ganpati situation where you don't want to really overdress and stuff. Very simple, very beautiful, very young at the same time. I didn't add a bindi or very heavy earrings to it because I wanted to keep this nice and light. By the way, in case you're wondering, my earrings are from Colaba, and my kurti that I'm wearing in this video is a Lucknowi kurta from this store called Nakashi at Linking Road in Bandra. Now for look number two, I quickly added a bindi, and this, as you can see, transformed the entire look. It makes you look so much more desi, so much more elegant and grown up. So I really like that vibe. Now to add to that and really show off the entire look, I'm going to take my hair away from my face and put in a low bun. I'm also switching up my earrings. These earrings I got from an exhibition in Bandra a very long time ago. This look is definitely on the more dressier side. It's definitely more Indian as well. So if you really want to like kill it with your Indian clothes, this is what I would wear. I think it's super duper traditional, it with the bindi and with the traditional earrings and the bun. So that is it from me, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll be making a lot more, so don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share it with your friends. I'll see you guys next time. Alright, so before we... I still feel like people are looking at me. It's so awkward. What else did I want to say? Did I want to say anything else?